Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be making a solid dish soap bar. Now this dish soap bar is a 0% super fat, which means it will not leave that greasy residue on your dishes like some other soap bars. For instance, my tallow bar. For this recipe, we're going to be using some coconut oil, castor oil, and of course some tallow. This is going to make a very creamy, lathering bar, but also very deeply conditioned. We are going to start with some coconut oil. It's very important anytime we are making soap to be using a kitchen scale. You have to be precise with this. It's kind of similar to baking, where if you use the wrong percentage, you could potentially burn yourself or whomever is going to be using your soap. Whenever I'm making soap for my family, I like to batch it so I don't have to make soap for a while. So once you have your coconut oil portioned out, we're going to zero out your scale, and then we're going to be adding our tallow. The nice thing about packaging them up into these small little cubes is so you can get pretty accurate with your tallow measurements without having to scoop, because tallow is quite hard. And finally, zeroing out your scale once more, and we are going to be adding some castor oil. If you're worried about over pouring, you can feel free to pour into a separate container first and then combine all of your oils together. Now we are going to take this over to the double boiler and melt it down. So here we've got our double boiler. We are going to turn the heat on to low and just let it gently melt together. While this is melting together, let's go make our lye solution. So once again, it's very important to have our kitchen scale and to zero it out. Then we are going to add our water into the bowl. And now we work with the lye. If you've seen any of my other soaping videos, you'll know I like to use small containers that have lids whenever I'm measuring out lye. So again, zeroing out your scale. Now we do need to wear gloves, and we are going to make sure any of our bare skin is covered. We're also wearing eye protection whenever we're working with lye. We're going to be pouring nice and slow. It's better to pour slow and not have to scoop any back than have a giant chunk come out at you. Once you have the correct amount, we're going to put the lid on immediately and take this and your water outside to a well-ventilated area. So you can see it is snowy on the ground. It is still winter, but that is okay. We are going to very carefully open our container, making sure no pets, no kids are around while you're doing this. It's not scary, but you definitely want to be cautious. Now we're pouring our lye into the water, not the other way around, about a third, and then we're going to give it a mix. This is an exothermic reaction, meaning it is going to get very hot very fast. So the outside will actually help cool it down. Adding another third. And finally, the last little bit here, trying to get all of the little crystals out. This also creates quite a bit of fumes. We want to try and avoid inhaling them. You can see the wind is pushing all the fumes this way, so we are covered. Now the lid goes back onto your container, and this is going to go into a dishwasher right ready to go, so you're not going to have any mishaps or accidents at all. Now we're going to take our lye solution inside and allow it to cool to the same temperature or within 10 degrees Fahrenheit of our oils. So here we are. It is starting to look really good, really melty. So when it is almost melted down, we're going to take it off the heat. And we're just going to let this come to a temperature that is handleable for us. Once I can actually touch it without burning, I'm going to put it in the fridge to cool down a little bit quicker so we can make sure that it is on the same page as the lye mixture. I found this super cute ramekin and dish brush set. I am so excited to try putting the dish soap in here. I think it's going to be so cute. Now this soap doesn't need any additives, but if you want, you can add in some citrus zest that is already dehydrated. You just want to make sure that it is fully dehydrated. It smells amazing, and anything citrus will add a good cleaning boost. You can definitely add some essential oils, and sometimes I do, but I find that the essential oils lose their scent really quickly, and it feels like a little bit of a waste of money. So today we're just going to be doing some of these cute little citrus peels. Also going to be using these molds. Now, don't judge how terrible they look. They are very, very old. My mom used them with us when we were kids, but I still really like them, so we're gonna use them. I think they're gonna be perfect to go in this ramekin when I run out of soap, and it'll give enough breathing room that will allow it to dry out in between uses. So I'm gonna keep this here and put my ramekin off to the side. Someone in one of my last videos told me that my glasses were fired, so I have officially upgraded to safety glasses. Okay, back to soaping. So we are going to need an immersion blender here. We have our lime mixture, and I'm gonna quickly grab the oils. So we are going to work towards getting this soap mixture to what is called trace. Trace is like a thin pudding consistency. So we have our immersion blender in our oils, and we are going to gently pour our lime mixture into the oils and then start blending. Now the coconut oil should make it come to trace pretty quickly. This is a little bit on the thin side. Let's do a little bit more. Okay, so now you can see it's kind of holding its shape. We're gonna have to work kind of quickly. Now I'm going to fold in my citrus. You can see it's thickened up quite a bit. There we go. Now we will pour it into our ramekin. That looks good. Pour it into our soap molds. I'm not gonna lie, I waited a little bit too long, and this is quite thick, but that's okay, we will make do. Some gentle taps just to get the air bubbles out. Smooth out the tops as best as you can. And there you go. Now these are going to harden for 4 to 6 weeks until they are ready to use, but we will pop these ones out of the mold tomorrow. So I will show you that later. I completely forgot to show you unmolding, but this is what the soap looks like. It kind of looks weird with the citrus peel, I'm not gonna lie. So I don't think I would add that for the stuff that I'm selling in the farm stand, but I love this dish soap. It has been the best thing ever. I use it literally every day, every time I use dishes. So I would highly, highly recommend making it. To use your dish soap bar, you're just going to get your little scrubby brush wet and then rub it all over the surface of your bar. It takes a couple of seconds, but then it will get light and frothy, and you can use it just like you would any other dish soap. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you more than you know. Take care.